Well, in trying to complete a print on the Bambu Lab X1 carbon, I got the dreaded failed to retract on a filament. I determined that it was not actually clogged in the extruder head because that line was empty, and I'm fortunately printing with black filament. You can see that I removed the spool here and cut the filament. The filament is clearly stuck in there. Even if you push on this, you can't get it out. I tried even with pliers, it's stuck. So if you follow it around to the back here, you see that there's no filament bleeding into the machine. But on the extruder, on the AMS feed side, I don't know if you can see that, but there is clearly filament in there. So I removed, I don't know what they call this thing, but there's two millimeter screws that you remove it from the back. There's a little clip here that holds it into this area here. And then this mechanism apparently is part of the feed into the machine. And you can see that filament, or I hope you can see, is stuck all the way in that tube leading up back into the AMS. So what's interesting about this mechanism, I'm not sure, like I said, what it's called or what it does, but you can slide this little spring mechanism here, and that appears to relieve the tension. Now you can't pull it from the input side, but you can pull it from the supply side. So if I press that down while pulling on this side of the AMS, I can get the filament out. So once the filament has been cleared, make sure that little spring mechanism easily goes back and forth by manually moving it. Then attach everything back the way it was, as you see here. When I disconnected it, I didn't even unplug any of the electrical pieces. I just removed those two screws you see in the back and put tension on the spring so I could remove the filament, put everything back the way it was, and load a new piece of, you can see it loading now, loading a new piece. It's doing its test. It seems to work okay. And we're back in business.